Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel. Fortunately, I tried streaming this at the start and the stream kind of died, so sorry about that. I got first pick Church Warden into second pick House Steward, third pick was Farmer. Pretty good incentive to go for a 5-room house, so I'm looking for some way to save on read ideally, because usually that'll be the limiting factor. Um, Here, I should have a lot of actions, so I like the idea of taking something like Immigrant Son here. And then this pick could be Pig Breeder, could be Clay Seller. Don't think I want to take Gym Trainee, it's a pretty weak card. I think Clay Seller or Pig Breeder, and I think we'll just take Pig Breeder. It's okay, it's not great, it's okay. And then this pick, well, this pick could be Reformer. Could be Gardener, could be Clay Worker, probably not Drawing Genius, although there is Outrider out there, so I could take Outrider maybe. But I think it's probably just take Clay Worker here. Then I have a pretty easy Clay Worker, Church Warden, House Steward, Immigrant Son, and then the other cards late in the game. Should be pretty good. Also, I had passed Bricklayer. I don't really want to pass Clay Worker to whoever I gave Bricklayer because that player will have a pretty easy time of getting more rooms than me. So, looking pretty good. We're really hoping for a minor like Ladder or even Reed Exchange would be fine. But yeah, Ladder ideally would be nice because otherwise I'm going to be needing to take a lot of Reed. Also looking for miners, which will help us feed, since we're going to be focused on growing our family very quickly. So not taking Giant here. I actually like Giant a fair amount, but with Church Warden, it's an anti-combo. Unless I play Giant in... I could play Giant in round 14. Double that action to plow 2 fields with Immigrant Son, for example. Maybe I can do that. Haberdasher, I don't really see any reason to take Haberdasher here. I don't really have a baking strategy. I'm probably just going to plow a couple fields right at the end of the game. Yeah, Giant playing itself and then like Pig Breeder seems fine for a couple points at the end of the game. So, Twibble and Twiddle here is really probably going to be quite good once I play House Steward. Expect a lot of people to be doing lots of rooms. And then hopefully Open Gate comes back, or not Open Gate, hopefully Crib comes back. I think probably that's what we're looking for here. Ground Pickaxe Plow is pretty good, but I don't think I'm likely to do a lot of plowing here. This pick is pretty underwhelming. I did pass Mason's Apprentice, so Rock Pyramid, passing to them is kind of scary. I do like Timetable with a card like Twibble and Twivel, but I want to play Twibble and Twivel early. I think what I like doing here is I like taking Bookmark. It's a pretty excellent way for me to get the stone for Twibble and Twivel, as well as it works after like round 1 occupation. I think Bookmark looking really good here. I do like prize squash, but I don't have a way of getting a ton of vegetables, so. Well, do I take Clay Hut Extension here? I think I probably do. I haven't seen any read discounters. The other card I'd consider is Chicken Coop, and I don't really want to spend more read, I want to spend less. I think I like the idea of Clay Hut Extension here. Yeah, with Clay Worker it should be relatively easy to do, maybe as my 5th. I also really don't want to pass it to the Bricklayer player. That looks okay. going to be right back. So I wasn't really planning to stream today, so I thought I'd hang out with my friends. But my one friend got scratched by a stray cat, and was just worried about getting shots for it. So her and her husband are at the hospital right now. So I'm just kind of chilling at their house. This pick, storage shed is kind of nice if I'm going to play a ton of improvements. The timing's a little awkward on it though, so I think I just take stone cart. Stone cart, if I get 4 stone out of it, is pretty great for my house warden. Go for a big 5-room stone house. A bunch of bonus points. And then crib came back, so I think this is a pretty easy crib take. I planned a family growth 3 times and fairly early, so getting food is going to be very nice. Midi Law was suggesting bookmark. Bookmark is fine, but the timing of it is awkward. Or not bookmark, sorry, seal. I think the timing of seal is awkward. Especially since I have bookmark now, I don't really think I need seal. I have like cheap miners to play in round 1. But I think I can probably take timetable here, even though Twibble and Twivel probably comes out before. Timetable saving me a read and a clay on clay hut extension is nice. And I've got stone cart, so it should save me 3 resources. Price squash I like, but I don't think I'm going to accumulate enough vegetables for that to be worthwhile. I think timetable looks pretty good here. And then I'm not going to play any of these, I don't think. I'll take Wishing Fountain just on the off chance that that I can play it for free. But even if I could play it for free, I don't think I would because I don't want to make the well available for one of my opponents. Yeah, what we're looking at Clay Worker into Church Warden, House Steward, and then later on Immigrant Son into Farmer, and then Giant will play itself and Pig Breeder in round 14. I think that'll work. Boot says, did not find anything decent in the miners. Well, that's good. That is good to hear. Coding overloaded. That's not good. Hopefully the video looks okay. We start in second, which is excellent. It means we're going to play one of our 4 wood occupations. So, Boot plays Morning Trader. Midilov says, what is my feeding? Twibble and Twivel and Crib can actually do decently well in the first 2 rounds. And actually, I'm going to start with Reedstone Food here. Reedstone Food into second action, Twibble and Twivel look pretty good to me. The expense, how would you suggest going for getting games on Play-agricola where the majority of games have a minimum requirement? Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to get on there and start playing solo games. It's my number 1 solo games. And once you've got like a couple solo games, then I would not immediately try jumping into 4-player games. I would be saying, hey, do you want to play? I'd be asking like, hey, can we play a 2-player game or a 3-player game? The nice thing about a 2 or 3-player game is that they don't take as long. So even if you're playing with someone less experienced, maybe a little slower, then people are usually more understanding and don't mind doing that. And then once you've played a couple 2 and 3-player games, then you can start asking people, hey, I'd like to join your 4. Can you lower the game requirement? But yeah, definitely go for some smaller games first. Like, don't try to jump into a 4 as your first game. Got to learn the interface a bit first. Mercator plays Miser. I'll get my Twibble and Twivel out right now. There are a couple of pretty useful posts on the forum. Um, One of them was by, who was it? I don't know. It was about how to get games on the site, basically. We're going to read Stone Food here again. The food is really valuable. The read is really valuable. And we have lots of time to play our occupations. Doe Academy says, seems like a solid nerd game going on. Midilal says, why not forward occupation into bookmark? Because I don't want to play my forward occupations in round 1 and 2. I'd rather hold them for like round 4, round 5. Now playing one of them with my bookmark, which I sort of was planning to do, doesn't work. But I think this is the kind of game where if you have Reedstone Food come to you, you got to take Reedstone Food because you're just going to get so much out of that. Also, in round 2, there's a very high likelihood that you can get expensive occupation with your 5th action. With the 5th action, because usually 3 wood, 2 read is very popular, and then sometimes, the boot might decide to grain morning trade instead of doing expensive occupation. Yep. But even if he does a cheap occupation, I'm getting expensive occupation back. So now I can play one of those 4 wood occupations, or even better, I'll play clay worker, and I want to play clay worker before I start doing my own wood grabs. And cheap occupation came back, which is awesome. It's exactly what I wanted to see. We now play clay worker. Classic card. Always tough beating the boot. You're absolutely right. So Academy boot is in Lumen's recent statistic evaluation. Boot was far and away the top player and outperformed every single occupation and minor improvement, including the braggart. It was very strong because braggart is one of our highest power cards. So basic idea was give the boot an average hand and he has a better chance to win than giving an average player an average hand plus the braggart. So very strong, and he's got a high win rate. Been recognized as one of the best players for a long time. Barbarossa plays start player at large Sun Hat. Sure. Better than Saboche? Oh yeah. Well, in terms of statistics, yes. Like if you look at Lumen's True Skill, it was basically a way of trying to assign ELO to players on the site, and the boot was #1 in terms of ELO. Now, some of it may have been like limited sample size, and there are other players like maybe Hunter's better than the boot, but Hunter hasn't been active in a couple of years, and so even if they played today, I'm sure the boot would be better because he's more practiced, especially with the new cards. So we've got permaculturist here for boot, so we're worried about something like straw thatched hut. Now straw thatched hut doesn't work that well with permaculturist, so I worry less than I could otherwise. So we'll take 3 wood and then hope that expensive occupation comes back to us. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And if it doesn't, could start player crib. Oh, Mercator's playing start player here. Whoa. That is a thing. Usually not good to use your first action to start player, play Rock Pyramid in stage 1. Usually you want to take the good resource actions first. Yeah, so it looks like I should have expensive occupation come back. So I'll grab 3 wood and start clay working. So now I can play House Steward in the next round and be set up to build a room, for example. Or 3 wood comes back and same thing. In any case, we're looking good. Mercator takes 4 clay. Let's see what boot does here. Might play a cheap occupation. Might 3 wood. Okay, so we have the choice of fishing, traveling players, or occupation. We are going to occupation and play House Steward. And get 4 wood. And the great thing is, my Twibble and Twivel will almost certainly pay off in round 4, which means I can afford to cheaply play Church Warden as well in round 4, if that's all that comes back to me. I would take 2 Reed ahead of Church Warden. I could also maybe like go for the fireplace or clay oven, but I'm pretty sure Barbaros is going to build a 2 clay fireplace with this move. I'd be surprised. Yeah, that's what I figured. I would have had to take clay with my first action to beat him, and if I had, he probably would have just responded by building the fireplace himself, so we're fine. And then we expect Boot will grab a sow action. Oh, there was also, I should mention some of the cards that I passed in the draft. There was Boston. Boston was in my first pack, or Boatswain, which I've called it in the past. Barbarossa with his field and large sun hat might have, it looks like first pick large sun hat. So I would guess that he probably has Boston in hand. I also passed a couple plows, like I passed ground pickaxe plow, for example. Okay, interesting choice here. 4 wood or 2 reed. You know what? I think I choose neither, and I'm just going to build a wood room and go for the first family growth. Yeah, because I got a couple miners I can play. I can play Stonecart, Crib, Bookmark. I've got time. to figure the rest out. So yeah, the general game plan, maybe plow one field naturally, but probably not going to do too much plowing. I'll focus on animals because I don't have any reason to go for crops. And if you don't have a reason to go for crops, then they're generally too slow of a way to feed. So then animals is a much better method. With farmer and pig breeder in hand, then I have more incentive to do that. Boot plays, lemon trader. Oh, this is nice. Good way of using all that early green he's going to generate. And then I think I'd probably take 4 food traveling players here. 3 wood would be nice. 3 wood would let me play like stone card or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I'm just taking traveling players. Whenever you want to have the first family growth, that second harvest can be a little difficult, and feeding 4 will certainly alleviate that pain. And in fact, with 5 food plus anticipating 2 or 3 more Twibble and Twivel procs, I mean, I'll be well off for the round 7 harvest. So now what we're looking at is the round 9 harvest. This is the difficult one. So let's see what comes out. If round 5 could be family growth, that would be quite nice. You know what's interesting? Mercator, that was a pretty smart start player by Barbarossa, because Mercator, well, I guess Mercator didn't want 3 wood for some reason. Well, maybe gambled correctly that he would take 2 reed. So now Barbarossa gets 6 wood here. He could, of course, um, build a room, but I don't know why you would when 6 wood's available. Yeah. We also have to keep in mind that Lemon Trader can convert grain into reed at any time, so we've got to remember that's a thing. So I will first action boot morning traded. Excellent. Okay. So I'll first action play my Church Warden here. Gets me another 4 wood. The clay would be nice, but I still got time. Let's get the extra. Let's get the extra wood out of Church Warden here. Alternatively, I could have taken clay and then built a cooking hearth, and that would have enabled me to play timetable, which I would like to play timetable before I play stone cart. So if family growth is in round 7, I'll have 3 minors that I need to play. But if that's the case, then I mean stuff has gone kind of badly for me anyways, so I might be in a bit of trouble if family growth is round 7, especially with House Steward and Church Warden in play. Oh, we got 2 competing games going on here. Anwal and Pokio. Barbarossa builds a room and 3 stables. Whew. That's very nice. The ability to hold the animals that he's going to take for his first sheep grab is really good. And then Mercator is start player chicken coop here. At least I assume it's start player. It might be Reno, I guess. I get a food from my Twibble and Twivel on Barbarossa building. Yeah, I guess Mercator might be doing Stonehouse play with Rock Pyramid, maybe took Mason's Apprentice. Thing is, Mason's Apprentice doesn't work with Miser, so I don't know. Yeah, he is doing Reno. Weird. So we definitely want to start player here. Start player, play bookmark, I guess. One, two, three. Play immigrant son in round 8. Here's my bookmark. Lets me play an occupation. And then artist garden for boot. Nice. What's Stretchy whining about? Well, there's family growth, which we are very happy to see. Yeah, artist garden with the permaculturist morning trader, very nice. Going to be able to put all that grain to work. So we definitely are playing crib here. Oh, did I pay for my bookmark? I might not have. Yeah, I think I went into that round with 2 wood. Yeah, if I went into round 5 with 2 wood, then I should be 3, because I got 4 from church warden. And I paid 3 for bookmark and crib. Yeah. There's my crib, and then we've got storage shed for Barbarossa. Not gonna risk getting any stable shenanigans, just making sure he gets to grow in round 7. I would be happy if 6 clay could come back, or 4 wood. Those would be the 2 best scenarios by far. 6 clay would let me set up my feeding for the round 9 harvest, go for cooking hearth, and then probably try for a boar grab or try for the next sheep grab. We know Barbarossa is going to grab sheep with his second action here. Mercator, Reno Town Hall here. Wow. 3 wood is correct, thanks to Academy. Interesting. Mercator going right up to a stone house in a game with House Steward and Church Warden. You got to have pretty good stuff for that to be worth it, I think. That's kind of my breakdown. I really like read. Do I like 2 read enough to take it here, or should I hope to get 3 read next round? You know what? Family growth is going to get taken by Barbarossa. Mercator, I have no idea. Boot, hard to guess what boot will do. Let's just take the 2 read here. Yeah, okay. Keep lots of pressure on the family growth space. I can probably jump Mercator in the family growth queue to grow in round 9 again. So if I can do that, that'll be probably pretty good. And grab 2 food from crib. So I put Boot in a bit of a tough spot. He's going to have to first action build next round in order to beat me to room in round 7, because if he doesn't, I'll just build first action round 7 and then grow round 8, which I would be very happy to do. Ideally, I would like to have the cooking hearth built by then so that I can throw my stone cart timetable out before stone cart. I do need one more reed. I need a reed to get to the clay house, but fortunately the clay hut extension can be paid for largely by timetable. So just as long as I start taking good wood actions, I'll be fine. Oh, and look at this. Barbarossa is going to be able to first action 6 wood in round 7 before family growth. Very good spot to be in. Very good spot to be in. Boot is probably setting up to double build, maybe, I would guess. Although, I don't know if he can. I'm not sure. Mercator does take 4 wood, okay. Who knows what Mercator's doing? Hard to guess. So yeah, maybe I should have taken the wood over the reed, but you never know. I don't love taking 2 wood here. Seems like a bit of a weak move. But the rest of the board is pretty weak. I think pressuring the family growth queue is good. I think it's something that I want to do a lot of. Get a clay from my clay worker. I want to take 4 clay next round. 4 clay is enough for my reno to clay house plus my clay house extension. So if I do want a cooking hearth, I need to take even more clay on top of that. It's like I need 4 clay and 3 clay next round. Yes, I'm actually a little light on clay, but I'm not in a huge rush to reno. Probably just play 3 clay fireplace or 4 clay cooking hearth. Should be fine. Yes, Mercator's saying, just realized my planned combo doesn't work. Yes, you're right. And we all knew that. Barbarossa, Boot, and I. Yes, we didn't want to reveal that he had that there was Mason's Apprentice in the draft. Mercator is probably start player village school. That's nice. He got a lot of discount stuff. Yeah, this board is pretty weak. I think what we do, we could take 2 clay plus a clay and then just build a fireplace. We could do that. Yeah, I think that works okay. Then 4 clay gets us enough to reno and builds clay house extensions, so that looks good. So when you have time, I had a custom card in mind. Let me know your thoughts. Occupation, hidden superhero. Immediately renovate your stone house with at least 4 stone rooms per room. For the rest of the game, all your actions give you an additional bonus point. Oh, that sounds fun. Now, do you have to pay for the reno, or is it just convert directly? I wonder. That would be a question to ask. Let's play Cooking Hearth here. Feed 6. So my Cooking Hearth is out, which is good. I need to pay for the Cooking Hearth. Whoops. And then I will announce my bookmark occupation. Signifies earlier big stone houses, which I don't think many exist yet. Does not combo well with something like Slapdash. I don't know, sounds fun. 4-room stone house is tough to do. It's one of the reasons that Mason is so good, that if you do have a 4-room stone house, like another room, another 3 points, plus a family growth regular is good. The fact you could reno again, sure, yeah. I do like the idea of being able to reno more than just 2 times, because there are a lot of cards that support doing that exactly. Get my extra clay from the clay worker. So I'm not totally following what you guys are talking about, but yeah, sounds like it could be fun. Barbarossa took reed, so that means my next action is building a room. Definitely. And then I'll family growth timetable, and then play stone card at some point. Turn 1 wood into 2 stone, and then play clay hut extension at some point. Nice 5-room house. Crib is going to get me 2 food in the next round. Plus, I'm going to get 1 more food at least from Twibble and Twivel. So I might actually be at 6 if Barbarossa builds in round 9 as well. And if he doesn't build in round 9, then I'll be in a really nice spot. Either way, I'll just have to take 1 food from something. Animals, or there are a couple good food actions here which I might take, like I might fishing with my 3rd move, because probably 3 wood won't come back if I build, so 3 wood or 5 food fishing would be good. I like the idea of one of the things we don't really have in this game so much are I've been playing Magic, and in Magic Planeswalkers have like ultimates, and it's like an ultimate move that if you build up the Planeswalker enough, you get this really powerful ability, like you get some kind of banner or pennant, which gives you something for the rest of the game. And something like getting a bonus point every action for the rest of the game is pretty cool. I mean, I think it'd be like rushing renovation is not really that strong of a strategy. How easy is it going to be to get to a 4-room stone house? Ideally, you'll want to grow twice, because if you don't grow twice, you're probably not getting. Actually, no, you don't have to grow if you keep all the rooms. I don't know. Maybe what you say is you have to you don't have to go to a wood house, but you could like remove a stone room. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's fun stuff. It sounds fun. Like you have some interesting ideas for sure. I'm gonna grab the wood here because the wood lets me play stone cart. And also I need a ton of wood. And also it seems like there's gonna be a lot of food actions next round. So all those things seem fine. Now Barbarossa might just take 5 food fishing here and then I'll be totally wrong, but hey, you never know. Oh, we've got Barbarossa playing Casino Manager. That's a good thing to be aware of. So, I mean, I should have a pretty easy time getting to the people. The fencing and other stuff will be more up in the air. And then we have Boot playing Child's Toy. We saw that in the draft. Nice wood for 2-point card. And then Barbarossa plays Boar Breeding, Passing Minor, getting a stone. Sure. Barbarossa builds a room first action, so I get plus F, Quibble and Quivel. Whoops. Sounds interesting. Probably it's pretty strong. What you could do is say maybe instead of giving a bonus point, you could say each action gives you a good, and I don't know if that would be better. I mean, getting cattle would kind of give unlimited food, but then you'd actually have to have ways of holding animals for you to get really good points out of them, that kind of thing. So I need a family growth here. I'll play my timetable. Crib pays off in work phase, yeah. So it does happen before the harvest. Good. Reverse Reno cards are getting out of hand with Slapdash. I mean, I don't know. Slapdash costs clay and stone, which I think is fairly costed. I don't really think. I think the cards that are really bad I complained about, like Shadow Priest, for example. I don't think that's like a particularly well designed card, but there's the Mason's Apprentice, which we were all super surprised about, clearly. um, well, I think I'd take food here. 6 food fishing seems really good. And then hopefully 3 wood comes back. Because village school is not on your turn. Yeah, poor Mercator. But, I mean, he's played hundreds and hundreds of games. Should know better, unfortunately. Last action, 3 wood, and if 3 wood's not available, reed stone food. We need the 1 reed to Reno, so. Cards like Mason's Apprentice can get out of hand as well. Yep, they can. I wouldn't focus too much on the 1% time when it's broken, because with so many cards that exist, like how often do those actually come up? But like you can also set up the perfect hand, like when Payne tries to do those all deck games or all like draft games, like I don't know. Um, there's a chance that 6 wood comes to me. No, not really. I don't really want to pass 6 wood to boot, so we'll just grab 3 wood here. Feed 6. No, I fed 8 by accident, so I need to feed 7 plus FF crib. Yeah. So I want to pick up 1 read at some point. Picking up 2 read is fine, but the 1 read is a bit better because because read stone food is a better action for me than 2 read. Excuse me. Um, Otherwise, I take wood as much as I can. If I can hit the casino manager bonus, I very likely win because I'm gonna win House Steward. It's gonna win probably Church Warden. Interesting. I don't know how often that happens, but it's an interesting idea, Joe Academy. Interesting design space that you're exploring. Um, I could take 2 boar here, but I can't hold them. I think we just keep taking wood. He was talking about the text being uncured. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm streets behind, which is a community reference for any of my pop culture loving friends. Um, I assume Boot's gonna build a room again and build another room with 5 clay, 2 reed on his farm. So if I could do something like start player stone cart, reed stone food, reno, cook clay hut extension. Like I could do that and grab. I could get the no clay hut extension would be my improvement on reno. So yeah, that would be fine. Actually, no, I don't want to play Stone Cart. I want a Family Grow Stone Cart next round. So yeah, I would read Stone Food, then Reno Pottery, and then start player Clay Out extension with my last move. I think that's a good idea. Unknown says can't play Child's Toy with 3 people. You need 2 adults. He played it when he had a newborn. I think they're fine. So just so long as Boot doesn't start player, which he did pass around Clay Hut extension, so it's possible he sees it coming. Arcada grabs 2 reed. Yeah, there's not really anything else good in this round for me to do, so Yeah, I think Barbarossa was being a little, or Boot was being sarcastic, and Barbarossa was responding as if he was being serious. Yeah, if I grow next round, I'm pretty sure I win. I don't see how I could lose with this many actions, especially because my plowing's going to be pretty easy to do. I've got a cooking hearth, so my feeding should be fine. Here's Occupation Trailblazer for Boot. So if Boot does remember pottery or clay hut extension, he will play around it here. But it's possible that with the timetable, he doesn't see what I'm about to do. So let's try this. I might just be securing my pottery. Reno pottery here. With clay worker, something like pottery is really excellent because all your wood grabs are getting you 2 food, or they're getting you bonus points. The well is still available. Gotta keep that in mind. Don't think the well will be better than getting to a stone house, but there might be some clays available. Well, Barbarossa fenced or plowed kind of interestingly. Wonder why he did that. Certainly he wants to get lots of plows out so that when he goes on fishing he gets a ton of grain from his bosun. Is he planning to build another room? Might be. With storage shed, certainly he likes family growthing a lot. Boot's in a good spot. Got a nice combo with his lemon trader. The only issue is he did grow late, so yeah, he is late on actions, and especially because food has been so plentiful for me, I've really not had any feeding problems between Barbarossa and I, and Mercator is kind of just doing Mercator things. Barbarossa plays Occupation Hedgekeeper. So let's see if Boots start players here. He does not. Oh, you know what? He can't start player, and he's not able to start player and build a room in the same action. So yeah, this is excellent. I get to jump ahead here. So now I play my clay hut extension, paying 3 clay in my supply and a reed and a clay from timetable. And then I'll play stone cart. Only 2 stone, but 1 wood to 2 stone is not awful. Boot says got tricked. I mean, I'm in a pretty good spot here, so don't feel too harsh. Don't feel too bad. So I want to pick up any clay from any source, probably a 3 wood grab. If not a 3 wood grab, maybe a 4 clay grab. I'll also pick up one of the pairs of animals, I think. And then time to start getting points. Fields, wood, animals. Crops are lowest on my priority because I can get one grain, one vegetable probably with late actions. But wood, plow is like pretty low priority as well with Immigrant Son. Like I only need one or two plows at most manually, probably only one. Wood is the number one resource by far that I need. There's my stone cart. Barbarossa goes for the pair of boar as opposed to start player. Would need to have taken start player in order to secure family growth in round 12. But if family growth even without room round 12, then Barbarossa would get it back anyways after Boot does start player himself. I think the wood is even more important than one of the pairs of animals, because only Barbarossa can take one of the pairs of animals, so it's possible that the cattle come back. Especially because I'm the only one with a fireplace as well. That's another good situation. And the fact that the wood gives me a clay, which is just a bonus as well. So on my to-do list, yeah, plow, animals, crops, play farmer. I could play farmer at any point, really. So my friends are probably on their way back, so I might just go upstairs or something to finish. Actually, you know what? I'll do that now. Just so that I'm not in this room when they come back and making noise. Finish the game in peace and quiet. Hopefully the stream doesn't die when I'm in the process of going upstairs, because I'm putting my laptop on battery mode. All right. 2 cattle still available. It's 4 wood, 4 food, and some points. I have a big family. I'm going to need lots of food. And then my last move, probably take vegetable. Could take grain. Probably vegetables, fine. Yeah, take vegetable, because if start player stays in my hand and plow sow comes around 12, then rent, plow, and sow vegetable would be nice to do. I think it's probably unlikely start player comes all the way back to me, but you never know. Yeah, the casino manager bonus is going to be hard to get. It's going to be really hard to get. Whoops. But Boot has to start player here, and they do not. So that works out. Grab a grain because he took vegetable. Mermacator took vegetable. Feed. So FF crib. Clay to FF. Feed 9. It's family growth. All right. Not what I wanted to see, but that's totally fine. 3 wood and a clay. So I will occupation farmer and then fence this round. But I won't do all my fencing. I'll leave myself open for another wood grab and then fence after that. We're Sorry, I'm back. Boot wanted to change his mind, sure. Minor foraging. That's nice. It's a way of getting around the downside of permaculturist. Permaculturist, you have to return anything like at the end of the game. Uh, what is Boot doing here? He's on 3 people, right? How is he getting the Church Warden bonus? Or is he just going for Plow Sow next round? If he's going for Plow Sow, then I don't need to worry about field, but if he is, I should make sure that I get 2 types of crops. Either way, I think I'm occupation farmer here. Plow a field. So with farmer, you don't mind plowing twice or fencing twice so much. But I do have to be aware that Barbarossa likes to fence a lot as well. So I probably should fence with my next action. Because Barbarossa with his Hedgekeeper is going to fence every round that he's able to. So maybe I should just fence 13. Get a boar, be able to hold a pairs of animals next round, get a bunch of points. Yeah, seems reasonable. We might also see Boot fence himself. That's also possible. And if he does, then maybe I take vegetable. Take vegetable, plow, 3 sheep. Take more wood myself. Those are all pretty good options. I'm in a good spot. I also want stone. I do want stone. I've got 1 stone in round 14. So if I take 2 stone and then reedstone food, that's enough. So I should do that. So I should plan on maybe doing reedstone food this round. Mercator got another room. Boot builds up to 5 rooms. So we'll definitely fence here. Get a boar with farmer. And I can take reedstone food. Nice thing about reedstone food is even if I don't get a 2 stone action, the well's still available. Although that's probably not going to last. Probably Mercator. Well, Mercator builds it? I don't know. Maybe. Hard to say. It's going to be hard to get the Casino Manager bonus. Barbarossa plays Clay Hut Extension. Yep. Would have been nice to play it late enough that Barbarossa could not also do it. Because at the moment, I'm going to share my points with almost everyone. Actually, no, that's not true. Well, I'll share my points with Barbarossa. Yeah. Because Barbarossa will have House Steward and Church Warden because Boot start playered, so Barbarossa's guaranteed a family growth action next round to get to 5. What a game. But I'm going to get like 2 cattle next round, and maybe more than that, so I can definitely not complain. I'm in a good spot. Very good spot. Oh, Reedstone food is gone. Okay. Oh, Mercator is going to build another room again. Poor Mercator. Poor Mercator. Does get 2 fields from it, which is nice. Yeah. I think I'd probably just take 3 sheep here, though, right? Breeding pair. 2 food once. Looks good. And then take a vegetable in case Plow gets past me. Which it very well could. We're looking peachy. Yeah, it's not a foregone conclusion that Boot will get to 15 fences. So we do really want to keep an eye on the Casino Manager points, because if we can get those points, then I think we have a very good chance to win. Oh, wow. Boot had the first action fence here. I am super happy I get to plow sow. I like plow sow better even than animals here. Like, it would be nice to get 2 cattle, but if I fence one more time, I get a second cattle. So 2 boar coming back works. If Boot takes 2 cattle, then I get 2 boar back. I'm very happy with how this has gone. Barbarossa takes family growth. So then Mercator needs to family growth even without room. So yeah, Boot does not get the casino manager bonus, but does get on both the family growth spaces in the next round. And actually Mercator sneakily manages to get to the church warden bonus himself. Did not think that was going to be the case, but it's obviously worked out for them, so that's very nice. Grab 2 boar. Probably Barbarossa takes 4 wood, I would think. 4 wood plus 4 plus 3. So 7 plus his 4 on his farm plus 3 from Hedgekeeper. He does need 1 more wood action to hit 15 fences to guarantee that he has the casino manager bonus. And realistically, Boot and I are going to have a hard time. Boot at 13 fences and me with no wood for stables. Yeah, we're going to have a hard time getting to the casino manager bonus. Do I want to start player? Probably would not just take start player myself. Ooh. Reedstone food is gone to Barbarossa. I think I take 2 stone here. Take 2 stone because it either gets me the well or it maybe gets me Reno in the last round. Because Barbarossa would need another 2 stone action to get to 5 stone to Reno to a stone house. But Barbarossa is in the same spot. He can Reno or he can get the well, and he's happy with either, so looks good. What does he do? He takes wood. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I don't want to just give up on getting to a 5-room stone house, but the fact that I don't have the reed is certainly a problem. Like I needed that reed stone food action. But I mean the well is fine. The well is only 1 point less, so actually I can't complain too much about that. Will I build another room? I was not planning to do so. Take clay, take reed, is that kind of what you're thinking? Yeah, I was not planning to do so, no. I guess it takes away a bunch of points from my opponents if I do that. Like if I take 3 reed here, and then take clay and then build a room and 2 stables. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe that's actually quite a good idea, I think. Thanks, Midilal. Go for a 6th room. Boot cannot get to 6 rooms. Mercator cannot get to 6 rooms. So long as that 3 reed comes back, it's an option. Mercator, star player, nada. No one cares about plow in this round, which is kind of hilarious. Let's grab 3 reed here. Yeah, and that gives us the option to build more rooms. Yeah, Mercator can stable block, but Barbarossa cannot. Okay, that looks fine. So we'll eat a sheep. HO clay plus 3 food. I'm interested to know if this giant play will work. I guess I was thinking about gianting pig breeder, right? That's what I had planned. Barbarossa has to take stone in order to hit Reno fence. So if I take stone, I can be ahead of Barbarossa in that play. And you know what? I think I will. Or should I take the clay? If I take the clay and don't get the well, that's pretty bad. The clay is worth a lot, though. I could have also taken 2 stone and Reno fenced. Reno fence gets me my fencer. However, I have a feeling that boot will block Reno fence. Build 2 more fences by converting a grain to a wood. Barbarossa does take the stone, so I think there's a pretty high chance that boot builds clay oven here, or does Reno fence here. But he might also build the well. He might also Reno well. No, I'm not going to be able to Reno because Barbarossa and Boot are both going to block the Reno spaces. But me building that room is like taking away 3 points from all my opponents, so it's like me gaining 3 points on all of them. So I think it's probably worth doing. Just as long as I get the well as well. If I don't get the well, that's going to be a big amount of points that I lose out on, but let's see what Boot does with his Reno. That's what I'm most interested in. Makes the most difference in what happens here. Barbarossa had just 3 stone. Yeah, I know he did. So I could have taken the stone ahead of him. But if I take the stone, then I can't build a room. Well, I guess I could have. Yeah. Could have taken the stone and then renoed. Problem is, then so many things can go wrong. Like, if this build room space gets blocked, then I'm in trouble. If the reno space that I want gets blocked, I'm in trouble. I think getting the well is fine. Boot is playing. I assume this is family growth boundary stones. No, this is Reno boundary stone. So he's leaving Reno fence open, which is interesting. I'm going to major minor build the well here. And then I can take 3 wood and then build a room and 3 stables. It won't be quite enough for the casino manager bonus, but it'll be alright. And then I can occupation pig breeder as my last move. Get 2 food and a plow. So the farmer ended up not really doing too much. What my plan was that I would play giant, use giant to play pig breeder and get fields that way. But that's ended up not being the case, but that's fine. There is a chance that boot could block my room action here by converting stuff into wood, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth way more points for him just to family growth. Oh, there's boundary stones. I haven't highlighted any cards in a while. I don't really think too much has been played, honestly. Not much that's been relevant, at least. Family growth boar breeding looks like. Yeah. Grab a clay. So yeah, my build a room action is unblockable now. So next move will be pig breeding. Pig breeding, plow a field. And then build a room last move. Unblockably. So 1 point Twibble and Twivel, 3 points Church Warden. I think I'll put the 3-point House Steward out now. There's no way anyone can get to more than 5 rooms. Unless someone's got Mason or House Builder, but I didn't see either of those. And we know Circus Manager was Barbarossa's first pick, so. And Mercator and the Boot don't have room for rooms, so. We'll see. It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. Wow. I maybe could even get Casino Manager. That's, yeah. Because he's leaving 3 fences behind. I'm going to have 2 fences and 1 stable behind. So yeah, I have a chance to get Casino Manager now. Which is really nice. So I could. So my pig breeder is 2 points. For me to get Casino Manager would be even more points. But you know what? Taking wood is only points if I get Casino Manager. So we're gonna play this a little careful and just play pig breeder here. And if I lose to Barbarossa, then I'm gonna be really upset. Someone says, important thing is your church warden. Nothing else matters. Barbarossa says, realize I could get cut out of casino otherwise. Oh, I see. He changed to build one extra fence. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he has 13 fences and no stable, so he's missing 2 things inside. I don't want to pig breed, I want 2 wood now instead. build another stable. I thought I was going to tie anyways. So I have to undo this, take a food back. So instead of being on Occ, I'll 2 wood plus clay. And then last move, room, and 4 stables. Y and 4B. Okay, so then to feed, I feed clay, I feed 2 sheep, I feed 2G, and boar. So clay, whoops, 2 sheep, 2G, boar, which breeds back. There we go. So now I tie on casino with Barbarossa, right? I believe. He's leaving 2 fences behind. I'm leaving 2 fences behind. What's Barbarossa doing with his last move? So I have whatever I score plus 10. So 55 looks like. Hopefully he comes back and ends the game. So yeah, I get the house steward, church warden, and casino manager points. Barbarossa hits 53. Casino manager and church warden. Boots says he's at 44. So he, not sure what bonus points he gave himself. Oh, I see, child's toy. Yeah, no global bonuses. So the global bonus points decide the game. I hit 55. GG. Yeah, very good game for me. Things really went my way. Starting second was great. Family growth went almost exactly the way I wanted it. Very good game for me. 55, 53. Mercator has 32, and Boots said 50, I think. I wonder. Barbarossa could have taken wood before doing Reno fence. Not really sure what his last move was, because if he does that, I can no longer get the casino manager points. So then I'll pig breed instead of doing something else. I don't know. Do I still win if I don't get casino manager, but I pig breed instead? Not sure. Probably not. I don't know. I guess I could have also done maybe something with Giant, playing Giant in round 14. I don't know. Hard to say. Anyways, that's going to be all for me. Good games to the others. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to run. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.